Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of my Philadelphia Union MLS Let's Play. And we have a couple of interesting developments going on in the transfer market currently. So, earlier in the season, I renewed Austin Trusty's contract and had a $6.5 million release clause, and two teams have come forward and are offering to pay for that release clause. Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain, both coming in with $6.5 million dollar transfer fees for Austin Trusty. Now, for a 19-year-old, 6.5 for a player from MLS, it's pretty damn good if you ask me. I know Trusty, he's been a solid player all season, but we're playing with the Union. We need to increase our transfer funds and a percentage of that going to our transfer budget. I think we could do a lot more with the team with that money. And also we have Jack Elliott for if Trusty leaves this transfer window, we're gonna have Jack Elliott step up into that starting role for now. Also, Rosenberry is getting some interest as well, and another big trade is with Ray Gaddis. Oh, that officially happened just a few days ago in the game. So let me show you real quick. Trades. It's not showing up in here. But anyway, let's go to our draft allocations. So actually, what team was it? It wasn't LAFC. Well, anyway, MLS team come up to me with an offer, and they offered me, it was DC United, because they offered me their 2020 4th round pick and LAFC's first round pick. Now, currently LAFC are in dead last place, and I already have Cincinnati's first overall pick. So, it looks like for the draft we're going to have the first two overall picks. And what I intend to do is scout the draft. If I don't see what I like, I'm basically just going to trade the first round picks, maybe get some more depth players, try to get some flexibility in terms of depth on the team. Now back to the starting lineup. Andre Blake is just coming over an injury recently. Rosenberry, Trusty, McKenzie, Matt Real. I've been giving Patrice Evra some starting time since, he's a pretty big name player. He's got 80 caps for the French national team, even though he is getting slower and starting to degrade in form. We got Bedoya, Madujinin. Now, I haven't renewed Madujinin's contract. I don't know what I'm going to do, but he's basically immobile at this point. He's reaching up in his age. I don't think I will renew his contract. And also, he's on a lot of wages. Fafa Pico's been scoring a lot of goals this season, but he's currently injured for, I think it's a few weeks, 10 days to 3 weeks left. So we got Olsinho starting on that right wing, Dojkel starting in the middle, David Acom on the left, and the inside forward, and Juan Agudelo. Tokle has actually been a solid role in the center attacking mid position. And for the game today, we are playing the LA Galaxy. So it's really been a battle with that center attacking mid spot. Dojkel and Tokle have been fighting for the starting position. Tokle was, sorry, reading this. Tokle did have a run of good form, and now he's starting to slow down a little bit. So for now, we're going to start Dojkel in that spot. Matt Real's developing nicely. I think that Patrice Evra signing is doing some magic for Matt Real. And I don't know if I'm going to bring Evra back for another season. I would like to if he wants to be on a decent wage contract. Matt Real on the wing. Agudelo. Agudelo's starting to be an on and off type striker. He hasn't been very consistent in terms of goal scoring, but he has 7 goals so far in the season, so I'll have to take it. Now I'm curious to see Ibrahimovic's stats in this game. Yeah. That's pretty much what I expected. Valued at, well, I'm surprised he's taking that little money. Get creative. Madujinin with the free kick. Now, we do know that Dojkel's not coming back. His value, I think, is at $14 million. And he's only on loan until the end of the season, so Dojkel is definitely not coming back. And if we signed him for with the Austin Trusty money we're about to get from either Dortmund or David Accam with a goal, an assist from Matt Real, beautiful. But with the Austin Trusty money, we might invest that money into Madujin replacement or a center attacking mid if Tokle never fully fulfills this role, or maybe a striker if we want to deal away Juan Agudelo. More player contracts I renewed. I renewed Richie Marquez's contract. Now I know he's not on the team anymore. He's not really a good player to begin with, but I think he's a solid depth signing. Wow, we are just running away with the game here. 2-0, 22 minutes in. Dochcal running away with that position battle. It's starting to look like he's starting to break ahead. David Accam. Now, I feel inclined to keep Alejandro Bedoya on a DP contract, but you got David Accam as well. So I don't know if I want to sign another winger who will be on decent wages and is not in a DP slot, or to keep Accam for another season. We're going to have to see what happens at the end of the season. If we get any offers for David Accam, I wouldn't be against it. Alright, up 2-0 at halftime. Be assertive. Keep focused. And now, how is Real doing in this game? He's doing great. I don't want to take him out, but I want to give Everest some playing time. Rosenberry's looking complacent. I'm really surprised to get that first round pick for Ray Gaddis. I know that the draft picks aren't very valuable, but in the game I found a few good regens, a couple of 4-stars actually. Well, that developed into 4-stars and became a solid starting piece to the lineup. And Mark McKenzie picks up an injury. Potential lower leg injury. Hopefully he's not out for too long, or else we're going to have Richie Marquez step up. But yeah, I think it was a smart signing to get Richie Marquez on a lower... I actually signed him for a lower wage, and he accepted the backup role that I offered him, so that's good. I also re-signed Jack Elliott. Now, the thing about Jack Elliott is that he's a backup. However, he's a solid backup. I think he'd be a starting player in the league. But he takes up an international spot, and I want to try to have more domestic depth, and try to have my star players be, don't let them come back in this game, please. Concentrate. So I think it's time to make some more subs. I think I'm going to bring on Derek Jones for Madujin, since Madujin is so slow. We'll keep him the deep lying playmaker and support. I don't have a replacement for... I don't think Ever's going to want to play on the right side. I think I'm going to bring on Prisbilko since Agadelo's not... He's starting to hit a... Seems like he's starting to hit a brick wall. And also what I forgot to show you guys is how we did while we were away. After this game I'll go back and show you the schedule, show you how we did. It's been a pretty solid season considering how the Union did last year. I definitely think we're going to surpass that. What was it, 51 points? Because currently in the conference, if I remember right, we're currently sitting at second in the conference. So I definitely think we're going to get a home playoff game, without a doubt. But there's still about, what, 14 games left in the season? Ibrahimovic having a bad game. Is he coming off an injury? Why is his condition so low? Might be because he's so old in the game. All right, full time. We get a win over LA Galaxy at home, 2-1. I can only dream. So the next game I'm going to show you guys is the Houston Dynamo game. And what is that? 2 to 3 weeks. It could be a lot worse. Leave that to the Psycheo. Alright, so I'm going to show you the schedule that I forgot to show you guys earlier. So, you last joined me after the... Was it Atlanta? It was Atlanta because we did the New York game. So, we beat FC Dallas 3-1 in the US Open Cup. And then, the Toronto game was pretty interesting. So, it was pretty even. Alejandro Bedoya got a goal early on. Michael Bradley got sent off in the 62nd minute. And after that, the floodgates just opened for us. Pico Dojkel Herbers was playing for, I think, Akam was hurt. So Herbers came in and he had a great game. Juan Agudelo getting a goal in extra time. And then we go to NYCFC in the 5th round of the US Open Cup and lose 3-1. David Villa was just he just destroyed us in that game. And then we go to Vancouver, lose 1-0. Alphonso Davies still with the team. And then LA's having a bad season. Well, let me go over this. No own goal from one of their defenders. Juan Agudelo gets 2 goals. Bork Dojkel scoring in the 79th minute. Bob Bradley actually got fired as LAFC head coach. Then we're home to Atlanta. Draw 0-0. David Akam visits his old team at Toyota Park. Finishes 0-0 there. And of course, you just saw the game, finishing 2-1 over the LA Galaxy. Now, I'm going to come back for the Houston game, and I'll see you guys there in a second. Hey, welcome back, and this is developing into a very interesting transfer window for the Philadelphia Union. So, Alejandro Bedoya actually wants to go to Rennes due to interest from League One clubs. Now, I tried to persuade Alejandro Bedoya to stay because he's my team captain, but I told him I would accept nothing less than a $4.4 million transfer bid for now. And currently these offers, $2 million, yeah, they're non-negotiable. So I'm going to decline these for the moment. And if they come back with, I hope they don't because I want to hold on to Bedoya. But if the money's good, then I have no reason to keep him here if he wants to leave. What else is going on? Okay, that's just from that. Oh, I have more offers. It's all the same thing. Just decline all of them. But in other news, Austin Trusty has officially left to Paris Saint-Germain for $6.5 million, and now our transfer budget is looking a lot different than it did before. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use any of this over this off season or this transfer window. I mean, I think I'm going to save up our general allocation money and everything, all that, hold on to it till the end of the season, and then really just save it for this next coming off season, because we have a lot of flexibility at the moment now. We have roughly $5 million in transfer funds to use. Also, the first 2 picks in the MLS Super Draft. So Jack Elliott's going to be in that starting role for the rest of the season, it looks like. And Richie Marquez. Richie Marquez is getting interest now from Minnesota. So, and of course McKenzie's hurt. So we're going to have to start Marquez and Elliott. Not ideal. McKenzie getting hurt at the worst possible time, it seems like. And how Pico's still hurt, Herbers. So yeah, basically all my reserves are hurt except for Craval. But it looks like we're going to be sticking with this lineup for now for our next game against Houston. Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually got an offer for Andre Blake as well. It was, I think it was 2.9 from Tijuana in the first Mexican division. Now, I declined it because I think Blake's worth much more than that. believe me, I love Andre Blake in real life as a player, and if he got sold to another team for a pretty solid transfer amount, I wouldn't be opposed to it if the Union reinvested that money back into the first team. Because good domestic goalkeepers are a dime a dozen in MLS, at least. MLS caliber goalkeepers. And the injuries are just starting to stack up for us. Evra, Real. Real's a little bit better. He's probably going to have a bad game. But I think I said earlier in the series that I will be trading Rosenberry if I get a good enough offer mid-season. But I will be trading him in the off-season no matter what. Just due to the fact that T-Mac, shout out to T-Mac for commenting on my videos, and Harris Madujanin getting a goal off a free kick. But shout out to T-Mac for being the only commenter. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. T-Mac requested that I trade away Rosenberry to kind of play up to the realism of Rosenberry actually getting traded to the Colorado Rapids. I didn't like the move personally. I thought it was bad business due to since they got such a low amount of money for him, or general allocation, basically monopoly money. But yeah, I think we're probably going to get the same amount or something similar to it. Gonna get another goal off a free kick. That's not our way. Oh yeah, it is. I was about to say. Now, in terms of my Juan Agudelo getting back into scoring ways, that's what I like to see. But yeah, I'm pretty confident in my center back depth. I was pretty comfortable with Trusty leaving. If another MLS team came to me with an offer for Trusty, I definitely wouldn't take it. I don't think any draft picks, GAM, or anything would be enough for me to trade away Trusty within the league. I just don't think it would be a good idea. But in terms of $6.5 million from PSG, I prefer him to go to Dortmund because I feel like a lot of players just go to PSG and never get playing time. But Dortmund came with the first offer, then was PSG, so I guess in the game, Trusty decided to go with Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, who knows? Maybe he will get playing time over there. I mean, a lot of wacky things happen in Football Manager, like Bob Bradley getting fired after the first 10 games with LAFC. But in terms of my schedule for releasing videos, I'm going to try to keep it consistent. I know I missed a video yesterday, but I had other things to do. So I'm going to try to keep it consistent with Monday through Friday. And try to record as much as I can on the weekends if I have the chance. Because some weekends I just won't have. Don't want them to get back into this game. Let's see what's going on. Because some weekends I just straight out don't have the time to play Football Manager. I would like to, but that's just not the case all the time. We'll bring on Derek Jones for Bedoya. Now, I wouldn't, if the money's right for Bedoya, if they meet that $4.4 million, I think we can get a better DP in the game. Let me just emphasize, I like Alejandro Bedoya. That's going to be one of the tougher things for me in this Let's Play, is because since I go to Talent, I have season tickets to Talent Energy, and I go all the time with my brother. So it's going to be a little hard since I'm emotionally attached to some of these players. But I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do this Let's Play that makes the most sense. And you know, I prefer to keep Trusty. If we get a good transfer budget, I keep Trusty. But I think that added another $4 million to our transfer budget after MLS took their cut Agudelo, and he gets another one, a brace, in the 71st minute, or 72nd minute. So, I would like to have a DP striker, but Agudelo, he's been pretty solid for us. I don't really think I need one. I'm going to sub off a com for Marcus Epps here. Epps is not much of an inside forward. Support. How does Ilsinho match up on this side? Not too well. But yeah, in terms of flexibility this upcoming off season, don't let him get back into this game. Come on. Flexibility for this upcoming off season is looking really good. We're very possibly going to have the first 2 overall picks in the Super Draft. We currently have about 900k in GAM. So we got some pieces that we could trade, because Bilko very well could be traded out. I'm looking to get more youth in terms of our striker depth, because Agudelo, I'm not very confident in him as the week in, week out starting striker. But if he becomes a solid contributor, I don't see why not. We can't maybe change the formation, go to our 2 striker system, like with what Ernst Tanner wants to do. So yeah, this squad next season is going to look pretty different. There's going to be a lot of transactions going on. It looks like we should get our second win on this episode. 2 for 2. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. How old is Beasley now? Come on. Nice. Matt Real. Need him to play in the right wing, and he did. That was too close for comfort right there off the corner. That's full time, 3-2. Another solid one for the team. Let's take a look at the league table. Or 3 to 4 weeks. You gotta be kidding me. David Accam, 1 to 3 days. Okay. Press conference, we'll do that later. Agudelo, praise him. And let's take a look at how we sit at the league table. So I think at this point in the season, it's realistic to try and push for top 2 in the for the playoffs and try to get that first round bye. Also currently sitting second in the MLS Supporter Shield. NYFC, they're just having an amazing year right now. But yeah, I think it's definitely realistic to start looking at top 2 for the season. And I think I will join you guys next time for... We already saw New England. Already saw DC. I don't want to go too far ahead. But I think what I'm going to have to do is... So I'm going to try to get some different teams in there. And I don't want to do 2 crappy teams back to back because that would just be boring. So I think I'm going to do... I'm going to come back for the Montreal Impact game. And then the Seattle Sounders game. So we have a crappy team. And then we have a pretty solid Seattle Sounders team in 3rd place. So that'll be the 6th episode. And then for the 7th episode, we're going to do both New York teams. So we're going to have Montreal Impact Seattle next episode. Episode after, we're going to have New York Red Bulls. And then we're going to have Decision Day against NYCFC. Alright guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Please leave your feedback. It's appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.